You got the job. And for a moment, just a moment, it felt like everything was finally starting. The offer letter, the salary number, the first paycheck hitting your account on a Friday morning. You checked it twice, you screenshotted it, you called someone you loved and said the number out loud like it meant something permanent. And it did feel permanent. It felt like arrival. But here is what nobody told you on that day. The salary was never meant to make you free. It was meant to make you comfortable enough to stay, and comfortable is the most expensive place a person can live. This is the story of your life on a salary, from the first paycheck to the last working day, and I want you to watch it like you're watching someone else. Because the distance will help you see what's actually happening. You're 22. You just landed your first real job. $32,000 a year. Maybe $40,000, maybe $28,000. The number doesn't matter as much as what it represents to you in this moment. It represents proof. Proof that the education worked. Proof that you are now a functioning adult. Proof that the struggle has a shape now. A beginning, a middle, and a salary at the end of it. You move into your first place, you budget carefully at first, you track your spending, you feel responsible, and for the first 6 months, everything feels like progress. Then something quiet happens. The salary starts to feel normal, and the moment a salary feels normal, it starts to feel like the floor. The minimum, the baseline of what your life costs. You upgrade the apartment slightly, not dramatically, just a better location, a little more space. The car becomes a monthly payment because the old one was unreliable and you need to get to work. The subscriptions add up. The streaming, the gym, the apps, the food delivery on the nights you're too tired to cook. And before you even notice it happening, your $32,000 salary is fully spoken for. Every dollar has a name. Every paycheck has a destination before it arrives. You're not broke. You are employed and broke. And that distinction is important because employed and broke feels like a temporary situation. It feels like something that will fix itself when the next raise comes. 3 years in, you got a raise. Not a big one, 8%, maybe 10%. Your paycheck goes up by $200 a month after tax. And for 2 weeks, you feel it. Then your lifestyle adjusts to meet it. A slightly better restaurant, a weekend trip you wouldn't have booked before, a small upgrade that feels earned because, and you believe this, you worked hard for it. This is called lifestyle inflation. And it is the reason most salary earners never build wealth. Not because they don't earn enough, because every raise they receive gets absorbed by a life that quietly expands to consume it. The raise was supposed to create a gap. Money left over after your needs are met. Instead, it just raised the ceiling of what your needs cost. And here's the thing about a job that nobody explains clearly enough. A job is comfortable by design, not your design, the company's design. A job is structured so that you show up, you perform, you get paid, and you come back tomorrow. The salary is not just compensation. It is an anchor. It is the mechanism that keeps you in the building. Because if you are comfortable enough, not happy, not fulfilled, just comfortable enough, you will not leave. You will not take risks. You will not build anything of your own. Comfort is the cage that has no lock. You can walk out anytime. But every month that passes, the cage gets a little more familiar, and familiar starts to feel like safe. And safe starts to feel like smart. And 10 years go by. You are 32. You have been with the company for a decade now. You know everyone. You know the systems. You know how to navigate the politics. You are good at your job, genuinely good. Your salary is now $52,000, maybe $65,000. You have been promoted once or twice. You have a title that sounds more senior than it felt when you got it. And on paper, things look fine. You have a savings account with $4,000 in it. You have a pension or 401k that the company contributes to. You have benefits. You have stability. Stability, that word does something to people because stability is not the same thing as security. Stability means the paycheck comes. Security means you would be fine if it stopped. And at 32, if that paycheck stopped tomorrow, if the company restructured, if the industry shifted, if your role was made redundant, how long could you survive on what you have built? For most salary earners at year 10, the honest answer is 3 to 5 months. 3 to 5 months of financial runway after a decade of work. Because the salary was always coming, you never had to build anything else. You spent 10 years getting better at your job, and your job got better at keeping you. Meanwhile, and this is the part that should sit with you, the person who started a side income at 22, who invested the discomfort of building something alongside their salary, who stayed uncomfortable on purpose, that person at 32 has something that compounds, something that grows without them being present. You have a salary, it only grows when someone else decides it should. You are 38, 39, 40. Life has gotten more expensive in the ways nobody warns you about. If you have a family, children, a partner, aging parents, the money has more demands on it now. The salary that felt like enough at 32 is tighter than it used to be. You start thinking about the future more seriously. You increase your pension contributions slightly. You talk about savings. You make plans, but the plans live in the future tense. We'll start investing properly when the kids are older. I'll build something on the side when work slows down. Once we pay off the car, we'll have room to save more. The future tense is where salary earners keep their financial ambitions. And the brutal truth about the future tense is that it never becomes the present, because by the time the car is paid off, something else needs paying. By the time work slows down, it speeds up again. By the time the kids are older, they need more, not less. The right time to start building is never going to announce itself. It was always now. It was always this month. It was always the salary you are earning right now, not the bigger one coming later. And here is what is happening in the background that you cannot see from inside the salary. Your employer knows your number. They know the salary that keeps you in the building. They know how much above that number makes you feel valued and how much below it makes you look elsewhere. They have managed this number carefully for years. You have spent 15 years getting better at your job. And for 15 years, your income has been controlled by someone else's decision about what you are worth to them. Not what you are worth, what you are worth to them. That distinction is the difference between a salary and a business. A salary pays you what the company needs to pay to keep you. A business pays you what the market will actually give for what you create. Most salary earners never find out what the market would give them because the salary made it unnecessary to find out. You are 50. The retirement conversations are real now, not abstract. Your colleagues talk about it. HR sends reminders about pension planning. You sit down and look at the numbers seriously for the first time in years. And something shifts in your chest when you do, because the number is not what you thought it would be. You have been contributing to a pension for 25 years. The company matched a portion of it. And the balance is something, it is not nothing. But it is not freedom either, not the freedom you imagined at 22 when you thought about what 50 would look like. At 22, 50 felt like arrival, like by then the hard part would be over. At 50, it just feels like there is not enough runway left. You start calculating, if I retire at 65, I have 15 more years. If the pension grows at its current rate, I will have A to X. If I draw it down at Y per year, it lasts Z years. The math is tight. Tighter than it should be after 28 years of working. And you know without anyone having to tell you that if you had started building something outside the salary at 25, at 28, at 32, the math would look different right now. But you also know you cannot go back to 25. The years are the one thing the salary never compensated you for. The retirement 13:30 to 15:30. The last day comes. Maybe there is a small gathering, a card, people say kind things, someone organizes lunch. You feel for a moment genuinely appreciated. Then you drive home. And the next Monday morning, for the first time in 40 years, there's nowhere you have to be. It should feel like freedom. For some people, it does for a moment. Then the first month of retirement passes, and the pension payment lands in your account. And it is less than your salary was. Of course it is. It was always going to be less. You adjust, you cut back. It is fine. You manage. Then in the second year of retirement, something happens. The boiler breaks, or a medical bill arrives that insurance does not fully cover, or a family member needs help, or the car needs replacing. One emergency, not a catastrophic one, just a normal, life-sized emergency. And it takes a significant portion of what you saved, and you sit there 66 years old working out the new math and something occurs to you that you do not say out loud to anyone. You end up in almost the same financial position you were in at 25, living carefully, watching every expense, moving money around to cover things, hoping nothing else goes wrong this month. The number in the account is different, but the feeling is the same. And the worst part, the part that is almost impossible to sit with, is that you cannot go back. The years are gone. Not the money, not the job, the years, the 40 years of Mondays, the early mornings, the exhaustion, the missed evenings, the vacations you did not take because there was never quite enough room, all of it spent. And the return on that investment is back to the beginning. I am not telling you to quit your job. I am not telling you that salaries are evil or that employment is a scam. I am telling you that a salary alone, without anything built alongside it, is a 40-year agreement to trade your time for someone else's number. And that number will never grow faster than your life cost. It was not designed to. The salary keeps you functional. It keeps you showing up. It keeps you inside the building. That is what it was built to do. And it does that job very well. Your job was supposed to be different. Your job was supposed to be building something alongside the salary, something that grows while you sleep, something that does not depend on someone else's decision, something that compounds year after year until one day it is bigger than the salary ever was. Not instead of the salary, alongside it. $100 a month at 22. A side income started at 28. An investment account opened at 30. Anything that means your financial future is not entirely in the hands of a company that would replace you in 3 weeks if they had to. Because here's what nobody tells you at the start. The salary does not trap you. The comfort does. The salary creates the comfort. The comfort removes the urgency. The urgency removed means the thing that needed building never gets built. And 40 years later, you have receipts for your time, but nothing that compounds. Money is a tool. A salary is just one way to receive it. The people who end up free are not the ones who earned the most on a salary. They are the ones who treated the salary as a starting point, not a destination. Start with the salary, build with the gap, invest the discipline, because the years run at the same speed whether you are building or just surviving, and you cannot get them back. So let me ask you one question before you close this video. If you retired today, right now, with everything you have built outside of your salary, how long would you last? Not with your salary, without it. If the answer makes you uncomfortable, that discomfort is the most valuable thing you have felt today, because discomfort is what the salary was designed to remove. And removing it early is exactly how the trap works. You still have time. Not unlimited time, but time. Start with what you have. Build alongside what you earn and treat the salary for exactly what it is. A tool, not a plan. If this video made you think differently about where your money is going and where your years are going, hit subscribe. Because on this channel, we are not here to feel good about money. We are here to think clearly about it. I will see you in the next one.